the island of no return. In the 1700s, Europe was paralyzed by the Black Death. Venice, a hub of trade, was terrified. To save the city, they turned Poveglia into a lazaretto, a permanent quarantine station. If you showed the slightest symptom, a cough, a fever, a swelling, the plague doctors, in their bird-like masks, would snatch you from your bed. You weren't sent there to be cured. You were sent there to wait for the pits. The layers of ash. Research into the island's geography reveals something horrifying. During the height of the outbreaks, thousands of bodies were burned in massive pyres to stop the spread. The soil. Modern visitors and researchers claim the ground feels spongy. The count. Estimates suggest over 160,000 people died on that small patch of land. The fishermen, even today, local fishermen refuse to cast their nets near the island. They're afraid of hauling up bleached rib cages or skull fragments instead of sea bass. The surgeon's madness. If the plague wasn't enough, the story gets darker in the 1920s. The Italian government converted the existing buildings into an asylum for the mentally ill. The patients began to scream about ghosts. They claimed to see the rotting faces of plague victims peering through the windows. Because they were already deemed insane, the doctors ignored them, except for one man, the director. The Bell Tower experiment. Legend and some disturbing local records tells of a doctor who performed crude lobotomies and experiments using hand drills and hammers. He wanted to find the seat of the madness. The story goes that the doctor eventually began to see the ghosts himself. Driven mad by the spirits of the plague-ridden and his own victims, he climbed the island's iconic white bell tower and threw himself off. A nurse who witnessed the fall claimed he didn't die on impact. As he lay there gasping, a fine mist rose from the ground and choked the life out of him. Wyatt stays silent. Today, Poveglia is strictly off-limits to the public. The Italian government tried to auction it off in 2014 to a businessman who wanted to build a luxury hotel, but the deal mysteriously fell through. Those who have snuck onto the island, mostly paranormal investigators and brave photographers, report heavy silence, no birds sing on the island. The smell, a lingering scent of ozone and charred wood. The bell. Even though the bell was removed decades ago, locals swear they still hear it tolling across the water on stormy nights. So if you ever find yourself in a gondola in Venice and the pilot starts to steer away from a small, overgrown island with a crumbling tower, don't ask him to go closer. Some soil is better left untrodden.